plot the pie chart into a Power BI desktop, just go to the report view. Under the report view, just refer to visualizations pane. Under this visualizations pane, you will see under the third row, second last chart, that is pie chart. Just click on it to get it inserted into your canvas. So we use pie chart when we used to show, or when we need to show the part to a whole. We use this chart to categorize labels that are not more than six, right? And it shows a part to a whole out of 100%, correct? Let's say, for example, we have segment and we have sales, so we want the sales segment wise. So we can use, we have some options like legends, values, details, and tooltips. So we can use a segment into the legend and sales in the values. So it will show a rounded shaped chart with these segments, right? We have five segments here. And the, if you show, if you see, there are highlighted edges. If I move my mouse cursor over these edges, it will it will show the double sided arrow. You can just drag it to resize the visual, and you can just drag and drop somewhere in the report to replace it, correct? If you see, the orange portion is the largest one, and you see 44.22%. That means, if you observe that 44.22% is the greatest one among all these five percentages. So that's why the area of this orange portion is the largest one. So the maximum, more the percentages, more the area will be, right? And you just note here is, all the percentages should be added up to 100%, right? Not lesser or nor greater, right? Exact 100%, all these sum to 100%, correct? This is the use case of this pie chart. So pie chart is basically used to show the percentage from a whole or 100%. That means part to a whole. So if you see, we have tooltip here. We can add some other field here in the tooltip. You will see we haven't displayed anywhere here the profit, but if you hover here, you will see sales and profit both. So the additional information we used to show when we hover over the any of the part here, that is called the tooltip. Now, if I try to add some detail over here using COGS, so there will be more scattered chart here, correct? So I am just removing it. If you go to your format your visual section, you will see the formatting options here. We can just format it. If you turn off the legends, then the uh, area it was showing with the color indication has been disappeared. If you turn it on, then these color indications will be visible. So these color indications are the legends. Now if you expand this legend, you will see the formatting here. You can change the position, let's say bottom left, this way. You can change the position here, top left, this way. You can set the position as per your wish or requirement. You can set the text formatting options of these legends. Let's say I'm changing it to semi bold. We can increase or decrease the font size. As I always mention that 8 is the minimum font size, you cannot decrease it further, and you can, but you can increase it, right? You can change the color here, let's say this blue color, correct? And you can just change the title, let's say segment, or you can just rename it, or you can turn it off to hide it, right? This way. You can click on reset to default. The default formatting will be appeared for this legends. If you go to slices, so if you see the colored area here in the chart, these are called the slices here. You can manually change the color of these slices. Let's say for government I am giving up with yellow color. For small businesses I am giving up this color. For enterprise, let's say this orange color. And for mid market, let's say this blue color. right? So we can manually change the colors here. If you click on reset to default, then the default color provided by Microsoft will be visible here, right? If you go to detail labels, if you turn it off, then the whatever the values were displaying over here are disappeared. If you turn it on, then these will be visible. You can set the positioning and the values from this category of the formatting. Just like position is outside, you can set for inside. The labels will be visible inside, right? As outside will be better to show if you see the pitch here, right? So you can just go to outside to make it more clear and visible. Whatever the data you want to show here, whatever value or the percentage or both, whatever you want to show here, you can refer in the label contents under the details label section. So here it is selected as data values percentage of total. If you click on category, then the category will be visible, right? If you go on data value, then only value will be visible. If you show percentage of total, then only the percentage will be visible. So as per these, you can just display the labels here, right? You can do the font formatting under the font section. Just like font will be like bold, you can increase the size, you can change the color, you can change the display unit. So Power BI has the functionality to display the unit of this these values automatically as per our values in the column or the field. You can change it, let's say none, or you can also increase or decrease the decimal number of decimal places this way, right? Percentage decimal places you can also increase or decrease. You can also change the unit to thousands, let's say, correct, this way. Or you can rotate this pie chart. If you observe that from the 90-degree above radius it has been started, you can also rotate it using the slider, right? Or you can use this value, let's say this one. So you can just rotate it like this. If you click reset to default, then the default will be visible. Now if you go to general, you will see general formatting here. Under properties, you can change the height and width, let's say 600. Height will be increased. If I give 700, width will be increased. Position, you can set the horizontal and vertical position. Let's say horizontally I am giving 10, then it will keep 10 pixel from the start of the report till the start of the chart, right? If I give 0 to vertical, then it will not leave any space from the top. Padding means the area or the space between this title and the border of this chart, or the uh, text, or the uh, border of the chart. So if I give here 5 pixel, then it will leave the 5 pixel space from the top and the text. So you can increase or decrease the padding from top, right, bottom and left. If you go to title, you can change or update the title, right, this way, correct. You can change the heading type from here. You can change the font formatting. The best practice is to keep the font formatting the default one means the default one means the whatever the single font formatting should be placed in everywhere in the report, right? So this way you can change the heading type, the text, and the font formatting. You can change the alignment here, right? If you turn on the subtitle, then the subtitle will be added. You can change the text from here, correct, and you can do the same font formatting, but I am keeping the subtitles as off. If you show a divider here, if you turn it on, then a horizontal line will be drawn by the chart between this title and the uh, other area of the chart. So you can change the color of it divider. You can increase the width of this separator, correct. You can change the line style as well to dashed or dotted. If you go to effects, here you can give the background color, border, and the shadow. So I am just changing the background color to this gray color. You can increase the transparency, right? If you go to visual border turn on, then the visual ka border will be displayed like, right, but it has a very thin width and the sharp corners. You can update this as well, same by going to the effects, visual border, and you can change the color of this border. You can increase the width, right? If you see dark width here, you can increase the rounded corners, right? If you see a little bit curve visible here, correct, this way. Again, if I go to general and effects, you can go with shadow. If you turn it on, then a particular shadow will be visible. You can change the color of the shadow, and you can set the position, right, this way. The data format, you can set the format of the data we are displaying into this chart. So sum of sales should be in currency format, and you have to precise the currency format, which currency you are using. So by default it takes English US. So whatever country's data you are displaying, you can just update to that particular currency, right? You can turn on the percentage format, then it will show to the percentage format. Otherwise you can turn it off, right? So you need to specify the formatting again now. The thousand separator means the comma it is showing here between the values after placing three units here, right? You can increase or decrease the decimal places, correct, this way. Again, you have more fields here. Let's say profit. The same formatting you have to do for profit, right? Display units to 2, correct. Now we have a segment left, so we have to specify for segment also, which will be text always. Now header icons, these are the header icons. As Power BI desktop is for developer version, right? So there will always be these header icons visible here. But if you turn it off, then these header icons will be invisible when you publish this report to Power BI service. That means Power BI service will not show these header icons if you keep it turned off. But if you turn it on, then these header icons will always be visible if it is on. You can format this as well. Let's say background color to the lighter one, right? The border, this one, and the icon as this one. So you can also increase or decrease the transparency, right? You can choose what icons you need to show here and what to not show, right? Tooltip, as I told you, the additional information or the hover after hover what data it shows is the tooltip. You can change the uh, you can change the formatting, right? Let's say semi bold, increase the size a bit. You can change the label color, you can change the value color, right? You can update the background color as well. Let's say this very light gray color here. If you now show, then this is the tooltip. So this is how you create the pie